listening to the Swish Edition because you have nothing better to do.
Hi,
Scott.
Kristen.
Hi.
It's Tuesday.
It is already. It's Tuesday already. Hey, Scott, a sports related story. Las Vegas, your hometown
Yeah.
currently, is negotiating to host the Super Bowl again in
Yay.
2029. Yes, yay, hooray. However, Adele is the newest rumored Super Bowl halftime performer for 2026.
For this coming one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Previous rumors have been Mariah Carey, Miley Cyrus, Taylor Swift. I'm so sorry. I love Adele. I adore Adele, but that is the dumbest choice I've ever heard for a Super Bowl.
Doesn't
Are you
work.
serious? That makes no sense.
You need
Nobody
something-
wants to listen to Adele sing her ballads at the Super Bowl halftime show.
That makes
So
no sense
stupid.
whatsoever. And Mariah Carey, I always thought that was a dumb choice. That woman, one, she can't sing anymore, and
Oh,
two,
no.
she doesn't move. She is not a dancer. All she does is kind of just stand there. And if she does move, she needs help doing it. She is. Did you see her on that? What was it? What show was it?
No, I don't know. Oh,
It was
dear.
the VMAs. Because the MTV put the VMAs on CBS this year for the first time, and it got bigger ratings than they ever got just being on MTV.
Didn't
and
watch
they did a
it.
salute to Mariah Carey, and she came out and didn't sing and didn't move. She looked like a
Didn't sing. What did she do?
she pretended to sing.
She lip synced. I
Yes.
gotcha. Okay.
And you know how I feel about lip syncing. And if
Mhm.
you're not talented enough to sing live on a stage, then don't sing on a stage. Just stay in the recording studio with your what do they call it? The
Auto-tune.
Auto-tune that makes you sound better than you really do. Oh, there were a couple times, Kristen. Like I went to see Britney Spears in
I know.
downtown DC. I don't
And
know
it
what
pissed
that
you
place
off.
is called now. Not one note came out of her mouth. Not one note. It was all lip sync. It was so stupid. And then what was the other worst? Whitney Houston. Yeah, that was awful. Now,
Oh, that makes
woman
me
could
so
sing.
sad.
That woman could sing, but I think maybe she was on drugs. I don't know, but it was horrible. Absolutely horrible.
That makes
Maybe
me
her-
very sad.
Maybe her in-ear monitors weren't working, but I don't know. It was abysmal. It's like, anyway.
Sad.
All right, so no Adele, no Mariah Carey. I guess Miley would be okay, and of course Taylor
Mhm.
Swift. Taylor Swift would knock it out of the park.
Of
She
course.
should be doing it. She should be doing it.
She is the obvious choice for a million different reasons.
That's right. That's right.
I don't know. Maybe she'll be too busy planning her wedding, though, to do that.
Yeah, supposedly she wants to get married in November. That's what I heard of 26.
Wow. That's quick.
Not this year.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
Yeah, November
All right.
26. So let me skip
Moving on.
to a totally different story that has nothing to do with Super Bowl or Adele. This is one of the stories that I keep bringing up lately because I keep seeing it happening. Passengers have been taking their bags with them when they evacuate airplanes and going down that slide. Man, you've seen the video, right?
That is
It's unbelievable. Okay, your airplane is on fire. The engine is on fire. The flight attendants have to open the doors and put down that emergency slide, and you've got to jump onto it and go down to the ground to not blow up. And you decide, I've got to take my underpants with me. So you open
you
the
are so
overhead
you're
bin.
so self-centered and so arrogant and believe that you're the most important person on the plane and you can't possibly part with your rollerboard suitcase, so you
Yeah.
take it with you.
They
Are
take
you
it with
kidding
you.
me?
9 times out of 10, that's what people do, and it's so ridiculous.
That's awful.
It's so crazy. The problem is that the bags can puncture the slide. So
Right.
you're basically endangering everyone else behind you, and you're blocking the narrow aisles with your stupid rollerboard or your laptop case or whatever it
Oh
might
my
be.
gosh.
But what's happening now is, so there are some good things happening currently with the government. The FAA is now urging airlines to emphasize the leave bags behind. in their safety briefings. Law does say that they need to mention it, and they do mention it, but they want to really hit it home and say, listen, if you do this, there should be consequences, right? That's the problem here.
Even
there isn't any consequence for doing it.
I don't think they emphasize it at all, because I was thinking, has it ever registered with me that they actually say that in their spiel?
I think it's there somewhere. Yeah, I think it's there somewhere.
I can't picture, the language.
But if the FAA realizes that it's reckless endangerment to the other passengers on board trying to get off that airplane, why don't you start punishing people for doing it?
Yeah.
Because listen, every time this happens anywhere in the world, someone's going to get off that plane, turn around, and start videoing with their phone.
Which is, we did a story on this earlier in the show where the flight attendant did it and was caught on camera doing it. So it's not just passengers.
It was an off-duty flight attendant, but yeah, still, she should have known better. And she was in uniform, I think.
Yeah. I'm imagining she does not work for the airline anymore.
I hope not, because if you're not going to set examples for the way people are supposed to behave and act, then, what's the point of having rules if you don't, punish people when they break the rules?
If there isn't a consequence. Yes.
I was telling Dale and I were just talking about this subject a couple of days ago, and I said, well, what I would do if there was enough time, I would probably I'd grab the passports if we needed them and shove them in my pockets. I'd probably grab my glasses because I can't see without them. Mm-hmm. And if I had the forethought, I would probably grab my laptop and stick it under my shirt. Because I would hate to lose my computer. Well,
but to your earlier point, if your plane is on fire, it doesn't matter about the shit that you brought. That none of that matters.
Just shove your phone in your pocket.
Shove your phone in your pocket and jump on the damn slide and get out. For the love of God.
All right.
You're contradicting your own outrage. Okay, we got to move on. A follow-up from our episode last week on TV shows.
Yeah.
In TV news, The Morning Show just kicked off its 4th season. Don't say a word about it because I haven't watched any of it yet. Which is, of course, on Apple TV Plus, and it has been officially renewed for another season, which is great news.
Yeah.
So, also randomly, today is National Celebrate Bisexuality Day. I'm not sure how we're supposed to recognize that. What should we do to celebrate that day?
How does one celebrate that if you're not one? Are we supposed to go kiss someone of the opposite persuasion? I don't know. That doesn't make any sense.
I don't know. That was a fun non sequitur.
Bisexuality Day. All right. Well, I guess we'll have a moment of silence. Or no, we'll have a cheer. We'll do a champagne toast to those people. I don't believe they exist. I think you're one or the other. I think they're just confused. It's just me.
Or greedy, people say. You're just greedy.
Exactly. Yesterday we talked a lot about music. I got a little bit more music here. You guys probably heard. If you're a huge Madonna fan, then you already know this. Madonna announced last Thursday that she's returning to Warner Records, and she will be releasing a new dance album sometime next year in 2026.
I heard that. Yep.
And of course, Madonna started out her career with Warner's. She was with them for the first 25 years. I don't know why she left them, but after 25 years, she left for a while and did other stuff with other record companies. And now she's coming back home. So excited about that. The as yet untitled dance album will mark Madonna's first in 7 years. And she's going to reunite with DJ Stuart Price, who produced her acclaimed 2025 album Confessions on a Dance Floor. So this is going to be a dance project.
Interesting.
Yeah. So I'm excited about that. I'm always excited about new Madonna stuff.
Lots of people.
I don't always like the new Madonna stuff, but I'm willing to always give her a chance.
I haven't liked anything from the last probably
Madam X was
20 years.
Yeah, most of the last couple albums are.
But maybe this one will. Maybe this one will be good. You never know.
Well, yes, you never know.
Yeah.
The queen
Yeah.
of reinvention, so she could
Sure.
reinvent herself the way we want her to.
Sure. Sure.
Yeah.
Okay. Getting back to our favorite topic of people behaving badly on airplanes.
Oh, good,
Continuing in
yes.
that theme, we're switching back
Okay.
to that. A Las Vegas woman was zip tied and duct taped for allegedly assaulting and intimidating the flight attendants on her
Oh my
flight.
gosh.
Last week on Tuesday, she arrived at the Las Vegas airport from Punta Cana in the Dominican Republic via Charlotte. And she was walking up and down the aisle, yelling and screaming, and started kicking the flight attendants, caused one of them to fall down, I guess. And so, with the help of the other passengers on board, she was subdued, zip tied, and duct taped until they landed. Whereupon she was, of course, arrested by the Las Vegas police force. But as you know, Scott, it's a federal matter when you act up in the air. And so the Department of Justice has taken on this case, and she faces up to 20 years in prison for her little outburst.
Sure.
Yeah.
I'm sure she'll get that. She's more likely to get 1/20th of that. Because again, we're not prosecuting.
No
people to
consequences.
no consequences for acting a fool. I mean, here, listen, I know how to solve this problem too. When you buckle that seatbelt, it should not come undone. Maybe the flight attendants have to press a button to release you out of your seat.
You're a prisoner on board. You have to prove that you have to pee in order to
Can you imagine
get out of
how
your
bad
seat.
that would be in an accident? People couldn't get out of their seats.
That seems like a very hazardous policy you're suggesting there.
I was
I
kidding.
know.
It was a bad idea.
I know.
What a better idea would be flight attendants giving each passenger more than 2 thimbles full of Coke, or Diet Coke, as the case may be. I mean, literally, what Dale and I were on a flight. Oh, we were on a Southwest flight. That one we took from Las Vegas to Long Beach, which is literally, I don't know, a 25-minute flight.
Like a 10-minute flight.
And so they weren't doing the traditional drink service, but they did come around with water. And it was a little cup of water.
Like a Dixie cup.
I swear to God, it had 1 ounce of water in it. It was like it was like a shot glass of water. It's like, why did you even bother?
What is the point?
What was the point? People can't go 25 minutes without a beverage. It's so crazy. I always have one. I always have my own because I'll buy something in the airport and bring it on the airplane with me in a bottle so that I always have something.
We always take our refillable water
too.
bottles
Me
and
too.
fill
I
them
had
up when we
both.
get there.
I had both.
Yeah.
And I don't understand why more people don't do that. And they're waiting and waiting for their Diet Coke. And it's like, why don't you just buy one in the airport, you dumb fuck?
Wow.
Yeah.
That was egregious. Okay.
Was it? People are dumb.
Yeah.
I have some more. Can I say some more Vegas-y things?
Sure, why not?
All right, so you know my parents. You know my parents.
I know your parents. I do.
You know they're arriving here in Vegas on Thursday.
That's so exciting.
Yeah, in
Yay.
2 days. Yeah, they make an annual trip in the fall to come visit their number one son, their only son. And they're coming on Thursday, and on Friday I'm taking them to see The Wizard of Oz at the Las Vegas Sphere, which I'm
nice.
very, very excited about. And it's so funny. At one point, I think we talked about this on the show before. At one point, when Dorothy is on the Yellow Brick Road and she comes to the apples and the apple trees, and remember the trees start throwing apples at them?
Mm-hmm.
Well, literal apples fall from the sky in the theater. And if you get one, you can take it home. Now, it's not going to hurt you because it's made of foam rubber, like one of those scoochy things.
Like a stress toy. Yeah.
One of those. Yeah. So it falls down, and people, when the show first debuted in late August here in Vegas, people were taking them home, right? Which you're allowed to do, and putting them on eBay and trying to sell them for $300. Well, the Sphere thought that was ridiculous, and they also felt bad for people who in the audience who didn't get to take an apple home, because obviously they're not dumping thousands and thousands of apples. It might be a couple hundred, so not everyone gets one, right? So they started selling them on their website for $10. So if you didn't get one and you want one, you can buy one for $10. And of course, that has ruined everybody who's trying to sell them for $300 on eBay. Which I think is great.
That's that American entrepreneurial spirit there. Yeah.
Here's another Las Vegas story. I don't know if you've been following this, Kristen, but if you look at the
I have
next
not.
page, you'll see the picture. The infamous mermaid statues lived at the Mirage here in Vegas for decades and were immortalized in the movie Vegas Vacation with Chevy Chase and company. And there's a picture from the movie there with Rusty looking at the boobies because the mermaid has no top on, like mermaids, because mermaids don't wear tops in real life, only in cartoons.
In real life.
Yeah.
In real life, the mermaids don't. Okay. Uh-huh.
Well, in cartoons, didn't Ariel have like a shell
A shell bikini
bra
top.
on? Well,
Yeah.
they don't wear that. They just leave their boobies are just out, real ones. Anyway, the statues were put up for sale in an auction by Hard Rock because Hard Rock now owns that property and they're redeveloping it from the Mirage into the Hard Rock, and it's closed now for a couple of years. While they do that, they had originally put these two statues online and they got bids for them all the way up to like $40,000 each for these amazing statues.
Wow.
But then at the last minute, right before the auction was supposed to end, Hard Rock took them off and decided, you know what? These are too cool. We're gonna keep them and we're gonna put them on display in the new Hard Rock Casino. So I think that's cool. And
That is cool.
I'm happy they won't be in someone's basement somewhere, a private collector. So we'll actually get to see them again because they're in the process of turning it into the Hard Rock. And they're building that big, super tall guitar-shaped hotel right on the strip, which I think is so cool.
That is very
it's gonna
cool.
be really cool. If you guys want to see what it looks like, there's plenty of pictures. Oh, here's a picture. I'll put it right here. They also have one down in Fort Lauderdale, so you could go visit it now before
I didn't
the
know
new
that.
one opens in 2027. All right.
Love it.
Those are my stories. Oh, no, there is one more story. I'm so excited about this, Kristen.
You are?
Siegfried and Roy, you know who they are, right?
Of course.
Well, they're both dead now, but they were huge Las Vegas entertainers back in the 80s and the 90s.
90s, uh-huh.
Yeah. Apple TV Plus is putting a series together. This is going to be a limited series, 8 episodes called Wild Things, based on a podcast about the legendary magicians' lives here in Las Vegas. They just cast Justin Theroux to play Steve Wynn. And guess who's playing Siegfried and Roy?
Can't picture this.
The aforementioned Jude Law from Black Rabbit and Andrew Garfield.
I just can't picture that.
Didn't he play Spider-Man at one point? So
I think so.
Yeah, Jude Law as Siegfried and Andrew Garfield as Roy. So that'll be an interesting show.
I can't picture that, but I don't know. Maybe they'll make it work.
Yeah, I'm excited about it. I like anything that takes place in Vegas, and I'll be there. I'll watch it. I'm
sure.
Just like the second season of Fallout is going to be all Vegas-y, so excited about that too.
All things Vegas.
And I got to see Siegfried and Roy perform at the Mirage back in the day.
Nice.
Yeah.
Well, moving on, Scott. From the category of times they are a changin'. Reece Witherspoon has told the New York Times that she thinks Hollywood is going to have to adapt because today's kids have a very different attention span than kids when we were that age. And she was talking about, going to the movies every weekend when she was a teenager, which of course we used to do. That was like a Friday night thing to do. But she was saying her kids never go to the movie theater. And on the one hand, her kids are the kids of a very famous actor, so that might have something to do with it. But I think we never go to the, like, why would anyone go, leave their house to go watch a movie these days? I think very few people in general are going a whole lot less to the movies when you can sit on your own couch.
But she has a point about attention spans, and that might be anyone who has one of these in their hand 24/7.
Exactly.
Who can't sit through a 5-minute video anymore. You can only watch the 2-minute videos or the 30-second videos.
I mean, Rob and I were talking about this the other night because we will be scrolling through our various streaming services trying to find something to watch. And every time we'll click on something and say, oh, that looks interesting. Oh, it's a movie. We don't want to watch an hour and a half long movie. We want to watch a 45-minute TV series.
I have a solution for you. So we've watched a couple movies recently, and you know how I negotiate watching it with Dale? Because he's like, oh my God, that movie's 2 hours
Yeah.
and 20 minutes long. I'm like,
Yeah.
let's just cut it up. Let's watch the first half tonight and we'll watch the second half tomorrow night. Just like because you can stop it whenever you want.
I know.
Yeah. So we started doing that. But I have a question for you. You have a 7-year-old at home.
Yep.
Can Max sit through a whole movie in one sitting without a device?
It's so hard for him. It is
Yeah.
so hard for him. But what's really interesting is that when he was little, when Max was, I don't know, 3-4 years old, he would sit and watch the same movies over and over again. I watched Madagascar probably 400 times. I watched Moana 1,000,000 times. Now he's the same as us. He doesn't want to watch a movie. He wants to watch serial clips on YouTube Kids or TV shows on Netflix or whatever. And he, has to be doing something else at the same time, like coloring, or he'll sit and watch his iPad and play his Nintendo Switch at the same time, like going back and forth between the two devices.
I have the same exact problem, and we talk about it all the time. I was watching an episode of God knows what, but I was also on my phone scrolling. And I wasn't really paying attention what was happening in the show. So I had to keep rewinding when oh my God, someone just got shot. What happened? Because I'm looking at fucking YouTube.
No.
Yeah,
no.
It's so dumb. It's so dumb. And it's like, so now I don't know if you guys do this, but I've started doing this. And I've probably talked about this on the show before. When it comes time to start making dinner, I put my phone over on the counter in the kitchen to the side. I don't touch it again. So that evening, unless there's something I have to do. But if you text me after 6 p.m. Pacific, I'm most likely not going to see it until the next morning. So I just have to disconnect. I have to get that phone away.
I don't know why it's so hard. It's like a dopamine hit, though. And Rob is forever getting mad at me because when we are sitting in our evening time after Max goes to bed, we sit and watch something together. And he can see peripherally when I pick up my phone and the light,
and it pisses him off.
And it makes him mad. And he'll reach over sometimes and try to take my phone away.
But no, we do the same thing. This is why we don't have the phones sitting next to us. They're back several feet behind us while we're watching TV.
Yeah, it's hard.
Anyway.
It's hard. Everybody, not just kids these days, wants bite-sized content, right?
Yes, so.
Which is why we should end our show now
we should
and not let this go any longer.
Because we've already gone over. All right, Kristen, I guess we'll see you again tomorrow, and we'll see
I'll see you then.
All of you will see us. We'll be back tomorrow. Bye.
Okay, bye.
The Swish Edition is a production of Bethwick Media, LLC. Learn more about the show at swishedition.com. And don't forget to subscribe and leave a review on your favorite podcast app or site. But only if you like us.